Hi, this is Rajkumar Pal. In today's video, I'm going to discuss about the top 10 mental models for the clear thinking. And having a mental model is become a very necessary and a crucial thing in an AI pacing world. So, I'm going to share the 10 most important mental models which is coined by and shared by the top authors like Charlie Munger or the like Charlie Munger and Nassim Taleb and N.A. Dickey, like that. Those people are operating from the level of mental model which is helping them to make better decisions, better choices, and better experience to have a good result. So, in that note, the very first thing, that is the first principle thinking. And when it's come to first principle thinking, what it is and why it is matter for us to learn or to know about that, because the first order thinking is that we have to make sure that we must break down the complex problem into smaller outcomes or the smaller steps, so that our mind can comprehend and do accordingly for a desired result. And why it is matter is that because it will help us to avoid assumption based decision on a realities basis. And number two is the principle of inversion or the mental model, that is called the inversion. And the author is this mental model is said by the author Charlie Munger, who is the business partner of the Warren Buffett. So what is inversion? Thinking backward by considering what you want to avoid. In specifically in the AI moving world, or we can say that the AI pacing world, what would guarantee failure? We have to must take an account what is the consequence at the first step, so that we can avoid errors and mistakes in order to start. And why it is better? In an AI world, focusing on pitfalls, that is the bad data or the assumptions or the biased algorithm, is as important as chasing the innovation. And the third one is the leverage. What is leverage? Because leverage is the very important concept. Even we ignore, we didn't know, many of the people didn't know what is the means of leverage. And the leverage is termed like a 80-20 principle, the Richard Koch, because he emphasized in the more of the labor work or the effortful work or the trading time of for our work, trading time with our experience. In this leverage, our experience is getting amplified when we understand, we comprehend, and we can understand the leverage. The biggest leverage is the 80-20 principle. What it is? Recognizing the 20% of the action which can give you the 80% of the result. And if we go beyond 80-20, then the 80-20 of the 80-20 or 80-20 of the 80-20, it will give a consecutively the 64% of result or the 50% of the result. For example, what is the action we can do in order to get the 50% of the result directly by avoiding lot of manual or trivial or task by leveraging the 80-20 principles. Number 3 is the compounding interest in a knowledge. When it's come to knowledge work, or when it's come to because as like a coach or like a engineer or a consultant or a manager or the CEO, all this is require our mental knowledge or our work experience or our expertise or kind of subject matter expertise as well. So compound interest in knowledge has been inspired or the taken into consideration by the James Clear, who also the author of the Atomic Habit. And what it is, compound interest is by consistently learning a little every day compounds over time into mastery. And if we didn't learn anything new by uh, by expanding our mind or expanding our curiosity, then we become doomed to this specific kind of degree, knowledge or expertise or our work experience. But in today's world, in AI pacing world, it become very important to diversify or the demystify our learning, in a sense to make a broader level or the multi multi-interest or the multidisciplinary knowledge is become very initial, because AI has a lot of data and input. So not from the our subject matter, if we diverse or converse from our recent knowledge or expertise, we can get more in the interest of the knowledge. And why it is matter? Because in the fast changing AI world, lifelong learning gives exponential advantage as well. Number 4 is the cognitive bias awareness. So what it is? This is the term coined, or the cognitive bias has been coined by the Daniel Kahneman, who is the author of the Thinking Fast and Slow. And what it is? Recognizing bias like confirmation bias or anchoring and availability heuristic like that, because something which is core to our belief, which is core to our biases, or if we belonging to the very one-sided lobe of the polarity or duality, we are not going to accept anything other than our strong belief. And why it is matter? Avoiding biases ensure clear decision, particularly when relying on the AI outputs. And if it's something we believe from the our blood and bones and our thought process, is this is true, no matter what is the, regardless of any circumstances, environment or time, we are not going to stand out of these biases for specific or any kind of the problem. Then we must be aware of our own biases, because and decision making and taking actions and everything is based around the cognitive bias, and which will reveal more than what we believe is true, and lot of varieties and variabilities available to us. Number 6 is the system thinking. So the author of system thinking, or we can say that who has emphasis is more on this mental model, is that Peter Senge. The fifth discipline, we can say that the what it is, understanding how parts of a system interact and influence one another. If we think linearly and we act linearly as per the time, then we get the same result as per the linearity of the time, with a consistent effort or breakup effort. And why it is matter? Essential for integrating AI tools into complex organization and personal workflow. Because nowadays what happen is that what we called ourselves as a knowledge or the experience, now that knowledge and experience very little with a expansion of the expertise of the or the emergent of the AI technology, softwares, tools and automations, and analyzing factor and configuration structured way. So there are various tools. Now AI is going to replace the manual trivial things, and it creating the system based on our expertise in knowledge, because it has the vast collection of the database, and we have a very specific or very limited source of the data collection, which is called our experience. Number 7 is the opportunity cost. The author is like a Saint Paris, the great mental models. He said a lot of system thinking tools, or the great mental model, or generalized mental model. And what is it all about? Second order thinking, considering the long term and ripple effect of the action. We lot of time underestimate our interest, our effort in the immediate result of the immediate getting things done, or the having the goal achieved or the project done. But we always overestimated what is the long time effect of that small action. It looks like that initially, if we take little bit of effort, for example, if we take only 10 to 20 minutes breathing, and if we do consistently for the 6 month, and what is the impact of that, it is not likely to be understood, comprehend in an initial basis when we had started doing the doing the breathing work. But essentially, if we keep doing the same thing for 10 and 20 minutes, it will compound, it will getting ripple effect on our overall health, our immunity, our longevity, our vitality, and our energy of day-to-day life. And the number 9 is the map is not the territory. The term mental model has been more of this mental model is described by the Alfred Korzybski. What it is? A model or map is just a representation, not the reality itself. Because sometimes based on our own ideology, philosophy, or our life experience, we get a judgment of about particular thing, that is this is the only thing is available to us, but this is just the map. And when we dig deeper into that, the territory is all about digging deeper and having the separate branch of the map, which is going to reveal the real stuff which is expressing or happening in the territory. Why it is matter? AI models like a chat GPT and abstraction of the real world, clear thinkers must distinguish between the limitations and the reality. So this is all about the 10 mental model which everybody should know in order to have a clear thinking, learn faster, make a better decision, have a good choice, and feeling the good experience and producing the good emotions, so that it can come back to our clear thinking and it become refined over time and give us the result what we desire to. Thanks you.